Hello, fellow pirates, and welcome back to Dreadlock Gaming. Today, I'm going to go over my all-around junk build, but a fire version of it using the new Phoenix Talons. Currently, I'm not extremely impressed with the Phoenix Talons. Are they good? Yeah. Are they amazing? Nah, I don't think so. This is going to be more of a close quarters build, unlike the flooding all around or the lightning all around. With my all around junk build, you can pretty much use anything you want. You can go flooding, you can go lightning, you can go fire of multiple kinds, you could go poison for a stam depleting build. But this is going to be a talons build. And I'll kind of go over a couple of different variations just as I'm going through the build. If you wanted to use something slightly different, you could, and how you would change that around. Well, let's get down to it, and after we're done going over the build, I will take out the version that I'm mainly spotlighting, and we'll go up against a couple of bosses. We will not go up against the level 16 Lee, because I don't want to spotlight something with a bunch of other players. Plus, I don't know that there's much of anything that could really solo the level 16 Lee in a timely manner. Is it possible to solo her? I'm sure. In a timely manner, I wouldn't think so. But let's get down to the build. This is an all-around junk build using the Talons, the Phoenix Talons. So let's check it out. And we are using the junk because it is a tanky ship and because of its perks. Now, I'm not 100% positive that the Phoenix Talons are working as they should, but the reason we're using the junk is it is a resilient juggernaut suited for distracting opponents, withstanding damage, and creating opportunities for allies to engage and escape. Well, you have the provoke, that damage dealt within 200-meter range applies taunt charges. Applying taunt with the ship makes targets vulnerable. 50% more weak point damage from all sources. Increases brace strength by 150 and brace strength recovery by 25%. You also have endure. Receive 2% less damage per attack each time incoming damage is braced. This effect can stack up 20% and expires if no damage has been braced in the last 12 seconds. Inflicts taunt charges on hostile targets within 125 meters while bracing against hits. So, you will apply taunt to anything you attack within 200 meters. You will also apply taunt with your weapons because you're using the Phoenix Talons and they do build up taunt on their own. So the 200 meters is range is out. Anything you hit will have taunt build up on it. Plus anything that is attacking you and you're bracing gets the taunt, no matter what range they're attacking you from, because of endure. Plus, you take reduced damage because of endure anytime you brace. So that's the reason we're using the junk. We are using the Phoenix Talons all the way around. We are using the Warhammer for the auxiliary, because it is also fire. Now, I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could go with the Infernal Maw because of its burst damage. That wouldn't be a bad choice either. But you would want to change a little bit of the furniture around slightly if you went with the Infernal Maw. You could do fire bombards front and back, the Talons on the sides if you wanted to. Give you more range opportunities. But that you wouldn't be applying taunt with those. So unless you're within 200 meters. So now the thing about the Talons is landing 18 hits with a single volley will instantly deal 1888 burning damage. This effect deals 200% as much damage if the target is ablaze, has the ablaze status effect. I'm not sure this is working properly. I do see a larger number happen whenever you hit with a large volley than all of your other numbers, and it is roughly around the 1800. Now, I'm not seeing the extra damage if the target is ablaze. That's the thing. I'm not sure the 18 strikes is working properly. You are getting the 1888 burning damage. I am seeing around 1800 to 1900 in that range whenever you hit with a large volley. But I'm not seeing the larger numbers if the target is ablaze. It does put taunt on the target, and it is burning damage. These do not hit quite as hard as the Zamzams, but if this were working properly, which I'm not sure it is, we can look at numbers whenever we go out and fight one of the targets that I'm going to fight afterwards, and see if it is applying correctly. But I don't think it is. I could be mistaken. But this is the reason we're using the 18 strikes along with the provoke. And then we're using the Warhammer because it is fire. It does have fire 1. So a little bit extra fire damage from that to help get the ablaze going. And because they just hit hard. And they have the explosives, so you get the AoE, so it's easier to target. You don't need to use the Crouching Tiger because your Phoenix Talons are applying taunt. And you as a ship are applying taunt if they're within 200 meters. So that's why I went with the Warhammer. The armor I am using is the Phoenix Crest. And the reason I'm using that is because of the Reveille. Every hit while bracing will build up taunt status on an enemy attack. And Gloat increases the brace strength recovery by 100% for each enemy with a taunted status effect. It is actively targeting your ship to a maximum of 10 ships. That's a maximum from anywhere between 100% more brace recovery to 1,000% more brace recovery. So you can build up your brace strength super quick the more ships you have attacking you, which means you could just brace and brace and brace forever. Now the furniture that we're using the water tank for that reduced stamina depletion and for the stamina recovery. We're going with the Spirit Locker for the reduced stamina depletion whenever you have a status effect, plus the stamina strength and the increased armor. We're going with the Cursed Banner for the threat generation, the damage from the auxiliary, and the max hull health. We are going with the increased max hull health with beam supports for the max hull health and the max armor. And then we're going Demi Cannon Works for extra fire damage from your Talons. And we're going Gunpowder Bench so that whenever they are ablaze, they take 10% more damage. So this is for high tanking with as much damage, extra damage output as you can. Now, if you were, say, wanting to throw some fire bombards on the front and back, I would change out the Cursed Banner for the Bombardment of Sewer. If you put fire bombards front and back, that's what I would do there. Now, if you changed out your auxiliary for the Infernal Maw, then I would change out the Cursed Banner for... Do I have one? I'm not sure I have one. It's not being used. Yeah, I do. For the Machinist Station. That way you get that extra buoy damage and larger area. So that's, if you were to change it up a little bit, that's how I would change it. Curse banner gets replaced. Auxiliary gets replaced, or it's... So, go over that again. If you were to use fire bombards front and back, I would change out Cursed Banner for Bombardment of Soar. Now, if you were to switch out the Warhammer for the Infernal Maw, then I would change out the Cursed Banner for the Machinist Station Mines to get that extra damage from the Infernal Maw. I would leave everything else the same, though. And that is my close quarters, all-around fire build. Now, let's take out this full Talon junk and see what it can do. We are going to go, and we're going to go do the level 13 Serpent's Wrath. That's Commander Zhang. Let's eat our brace food. And that's just the basic brace food. See, doesn't seem to be doing a lot of damage like the Zamzams do. Clear that fire. Even built Sandbook built with these, I was not impressed at all by the damage that they were putting out. Well, let me know what you think. I'm not real impressed by the Talons. Like I said, even built on a Sandbook, straight up fire output DPS build, I thought that the damage output from the Talons was underwhelming. And like I said, I don't feel like they are working as it is stated in the description with a 200% extra damage once they're ablaze. I don't feel like I'm seeing the numbers that I should be from those. I think the main damage output on them is kind of meh. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching Dreadlock Gaming. Keep an eye out for more videos. I'm going to give these Phoenix Talons some more tries on other ships and builds, but I still think that they are kind of mediocre. Keep an eye out for more Skull and Bones videos. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment on a video. It helps the algorithm. Also, come and join me on my Discord. I'm still active in the game, just not as much right now because I feel like the content is kind of drying up for me being this time of the season. I am looking forward to the Halloween event that's coming here in a couple of weeks. So, thanks again for watching Dreadlock Gaming. And remember, never give up the ship.